So here we are in Mike's bar. If you listen closely, you can actually hear the backing music.
Yeah.
We've had a tough evening's gaming. We've gone through 7 scenarios and now have a team of 7 intrepid adventurers. You've told me that next comes a boss fight. So what happens here?
So the idea of building your gang and doing the encounter cards is that you need to get 7 characters, and then you'll go to fight for boss. You can see we've got 7 guys. We've added some Peter, and we've added Faith to our crew, and we're ready to go. We've got Moloch here, who's standing as a proxy model because the model that we're going to talk about here is part of the Kickstarter. So we need the Kickstarter to be successful to bring this model to bear. But basically, what happens now is that there are going to be 3 scenarios in the Kickstarter. Each one is very different, and I'm going to talk you through one of those scenarios tonight.
So, I'm guessing that's what this corpse counter is for.
That's right, so if you would be kind enough for me and place that in the graveyard just behind there.
Yep.
So the corpse counters represent just humans dying. The scenario that we're going to play here is about the Jinni Misaki. They are a race that have come to Earth. They are completely alien. We don't know what they want, we don't know why they're here. I know why they want, why they're here as the game designer. I can tell you they're after our blood. It's rich and it's oxygenated, and it basically it's like a drug to them.
Okay.
The corpse counters here are just humans that have died in battles or just whatever else, and our Jinni Misaki's turned up, and he's basically going to feed on these corpses. The scenario works like this. Actually, as a faction, they're really quite different. The Jinni Misaki work in a way that they've got quite a few hit points. They're big, gangly, dexterous things, but they're really slow and sluggish to start with because actually they're just starving. The world they've come from was exposed to toxic gases, and it completely transformed the way the metabolism works. They've been scavenging their planet. They've wiped all of the wildlife out. There's pretty much nothing left there now. It's just a wasteland. And they've found a way to transport themselves to other places, and for some reason, like Mara, who's in charge of portals here, he can't quite understand how they're able to freely move around with these different portals. They've come to our planet in the hope that they can find life to feed them, and actually what they've found is our blood is really thick in oxygen, and it's like a drug. It gives them a head rush. So what our guys have got to do in this scenario, in this boss encounter, is that we've got to kill that guy before it gets too powerful. I'm going to smash my board up, but we're going to keep that on camera just to show people how clumsy I am. The idea is that the Jinni Misaki, that would be this model here, Moloch, is going to move around. So what happens in the encounter sets is you get a deck, and each turn you draw cards, and the cards will dictate how he behaves.
Okay, so it's an automated behaviour that's determined by the deck. Okay.
Absolutely. I mean, this is cooperative play. You don't really want to be sitting there and having to decide what the boss does, because you always get that age-old, well, let's attack that guy, he's got the most wounds kind of thing. We don't want that. We want it to be completely random, just like building your faction is. So actually the deck will tell you how he behaves. Now the corpse counters are there. What happens is he's got a specific set of rules to start with. His stats are quite low, but with each corpse that he encounters and feeds upon, he gets stronger and stronger and stronger, to the point really where actually once he's consumed all of the corpse tokens, he's nigh unstoppable. He's Moloch times the power of Moloch. Okay, so that's bad.
Moloch squared.
Moloch squared, absolutely. So our guys down there have got to get up here as quickly as possible and stop this guy from eating too many corpse counters. If you can beat that before he's consumed them, so you can take all these hit points away, then you'll win the encounter, you've won the boss fight. The good thing about this is that, depending on what mode you play, we talked about it earlier in the encounter video, we're playing on normal, so you've got 7 guys. You've got a good faction there, you've got a host, you've got Faith, you can buff and protect you. If you do get in close, he's quite powerful. You've got some shooting, which we saw earlier from Bobo. We've got some melee abilities, which we saw earlier from Jack, much to our detriment.
And we've got Jess.
And we've got Jess.
Who did nothing.
Well, she has a secret dress.
She does.
She looks pretty.
Yeah.
And Bobby done some damage and won it for us at the end. And actually, he was the stalwart drinker as well. So Bobby's the man. So we can get those guys down here. They've got a completely different range of abilities. The great thing about this game is that actually, if you've got a bigger collection and you've got characters such as the Cats or Vulture or even Ereshkigal or Moloch even, what you get to go to the boss fight with changes every single time.
I've just had a vision of Kit Kats and Vulture in Mike's bar doing a drinking game. I can see it now. Just go, yep, we've got the cats, they're on it, lads.
I'm not sure they'd last that long. You know, Sorcerer, Sour Milk and those guys are done. I mean, they've got a really low FF value anyway. But, you know, it's all part of the fun. And the great thing is you could get a really strong faction and you could steamroller this. You know, you could end up with a couple of hosts or whatever else, and, you know, you're going for it. Or you could get a balanced faction and you've got a bit of everything, or you could end up with a really weak faction. You know, the great thing about it is it allows you to strategize and really try and understand the rules for each character to really maximize the synergies you get, maximize the abilities that you can use on each other to try and win the day. It's going to be quite hard. I mean, if I looked at this one, you know, with the game designer, I'm going to say that they've got a chance.
Yep.
Peter's pretty handy, and he can push some guys around. Bobby's quite good at buffing, and Faith is critical to this mission. You know, her being able to give you the shield that gives you a 3-up save is really, really going to help if this guy gets quite punchy.
So just for clarity in my own mind, do you keep playing the encounters till you get 7 characters, or until you play 7 encounters?
So it depends on how you do it. So if you're playing this on solo mode,
Yep.
you're going to pick one character and you're going to go on your own. You know, you don't have to do this with a friend. You can do it on your own. That's the beauty of it. It appeals to everyone because it uses the same rules that we use for our skirmish game. So actually, you can familiarise with themselves quite easily. If you're playing solo play, you'll do 6 encounters. If you're doing it with one friend, you'll do 5 encounters because you'll pick one each.
Yep.
And if you want to do it with 3 friends, you know, you'll pick 3 people and then you'll do 4 encounters. You know, it's up to you. It's your game. You play it the way you want. That's why we designed it that way.
Cool.
So, I mean, we're going to give you more information about this as it comes along. The game is in development. It's in beta testing at the moment. We hope to bring you a video before the Kickstarter of just how this plays. So that's what one of the scenarios is going to be. I can tell you the other 2 scenarios, a little bit of a sneak peek here. One of them is Cultist Leader. That's our crossover with the Mythos guys. You may have seen on our Facebook page recently we had a bit of a battle between Moloch and Click Clack. Honours even, 1-1. But the crossover models are going to be able to play in both worlds. So the Cultist Leader, he works for Marat and Judas. Judas is coming to the game, Judas Iscariot, and he bounces through portals. So in that scenario, there are portals that sit around the board, and he bounces through them at random. You've got to try and hunt him down and track him. He is the #1 most wanted. The other one is Marat. You use Marat instead, and you've got 8 acolytes around him. There's a ritual summoning. He's trying to bring something through a portal, and that can never be good when Marat's got a portal open and he's going to try and bring something through. Could it be Satan? There's rumours and there's whispers. This Kickstarter may reveal the Satan model and the character for the game. So is that what Marat's trying to do? You've got to try and stop him from doing that. So in that scenario, you've got to take down the 8 acolytes, stop the link to him, stop the portal from heaven, and then do your best to take him down while he's at his weakest and he's no longer got that power. So there's 3 very different scenarios there. One where you've got to stop someone from getting counters and try and contain him. You've got another one where you've got to catch somebody, which is going to prove really hard. I mean, you talked earlier about having the cats and Vulture. They would be great for that scenario because, you know, they're both quite fast. You want to hope for hosts, you want to hope for fast characters there. Someone like Ebony who can roller skate around the board and catch up with that guy would be really, really good. In the summoning one, you know, it's DPS. You need to take that guy out. It's damage, it's fast, it's quick. You've got to do that before whatever comes through. And I'm not going to tell you what's coming through because I don't want to spoil the surprise. So if you like what you see here, keep watching. The Kickstarter comes out on the 1st of March 2019. We've got 5 different starter sets for you to get involved in. We've got 3 encounter sets, and we're looking forward to bringing it out.
Look forward to it.
Thanks for your time.